Crazy. I've decided I don't feel like waiting for the countdown this week. It's almost like we have a lot to do.
Yeah,
I have a lot to do.
Hi
we
guys.
do.
Let's blitz through some stuff real quick. Last week we talked about it already. Mason and I finished High Card. So, we talked about that a bit. It's fine. Out of the oldest shows I finished, it's probably I mean this in a good way. It's probably the worst out of all the shows I finished. I mean, it was the earliest show gone out of all the shows I finished. Well, Mason, that's crazy.
I thought it was.
And then you finished
I
Fire
finished
Hunter?
another show yesterday. Yeah.
You want to talk about Fire Hunter?
I'll talk about it when we get to it.
Okay.
Like when we get to what we've been doing.
I finished Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Anyone else?
I will finish that probably tonight.
John?
I've not finished Sugar Fairy Tale, but I want to. I did finish. I technically finished Top Fire Hunter with Mason a little bit.
You were in the call and I had it streaming.
That's like saying I sure also did finish Fire Hunter because I saw silly animation stuff.
I saw what I needed to see about Fire Hunter, and I watched Oshinoko's first episode today. It was very good without getting too much into it.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that show looks absolutely fucking beautiful. Like,
yeah,
my God.
Does. I showed
Holy
Mason.
Shit.
I showed Mason the last shot of Aqua from this where it goes from when they do the pure white gray screen to like the swab of like ink. I showed him that scene. I'll talk about. Yeah, we'll probably have to talk about it at some point.
I was just saying, this is a show I most want to show somebody now. Like, I just want to show somebody this first episode and be like, here is show. And for 70 minutes for them to go, this is a cool, this seems okay. And then
80,
you go,
82. It's an hour 20.
Well, yeah, but he's saying for the first like 70 minutes of it, it's fine.
No.
And then the last 20.
So, so High Card, fine. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, I actually really liked the end of it. I don't know how on board I am for a second season because it really depends how they decide to proceed with the plot points they set up. It's very apparent what it's going to be as soon as it starts to build to it. I can understand people who would finish that show and go, man, I kind of wish Anne would just get a fucking break, because I do also agree after watching that final episode. I enjoyed it, though. Other things I did. I also watched Oshinoko. I watched it with some friends who had never experienced it before. They very much were not fans of it. That is fine. That show's not for everybody. I do hope that the rest of the internet doesn't fall for the same traps that they did, which is hyperfixating on the beginning relationship between the main character and I. Because that relationship, while very important, is not the core conceit of the show. There's a lot to Oshinoko that I think people should not only give it the first episode, since it's 90 minutes, but also maybe the next one. Like, let yourself see if you're gonna really like it, because I was uncertain of it, even reading it, until I went, okay, no, you've earned my attention, I will keep going, and then it just kept getting better. I watched Honor Among Thieves last week. That movie's incredible. Wonderful D&D movie. Absolutely great. As a DM, literally only one thing that, like, irked me the entire movie. Everything else, I was like, no, this makes sense. You should do this way. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I am someone who can look at a product and go, you had to adapt this to the big screen. You very clearly, had to make some changes so that it made fucking sense to show you. Like, one of the opinions I've heard a lot is, the druid should not be able to turn into an owlbear. My argument is, no, let this druid turn into an owlbear, so that it serves as a reminder for all DMs why you should not let your druids turn into an owlbear. It is perfect in that regard. Chris Pine's great. His role in that movie, perfect. The comedy of that film, incredible. The opening sequence, great. By far, the thing that's the biggest takeaway for me, the two things are, one, they gotta make more stuff in the Forgotten Realms setting movie-wise. They have so much opportunity and room to do it. It will be incredible. Second, oh my god, do they just drop you into this film and like immediately you're immersed and you're like, yes, this is D&D fantasy. Everything looks the part, nothing feels out of place, everything is just perfect, like tone and setting and all of that. I adored this movie, and from how I've heard people talk about the Mario movie, I expect myself to feel that way about it, where it is the ideal way to experience something I really enjoy. But that will be for another day. I have not caught up on the newest chapter of Chainsaw Man, but I've caught up on everything else in regard to it. I'm caught up with JJK, and I finished Drum Isle, in One Piece. I'm about to get to Crocodile, and then, I don't know if they're going to get to Alabaster first, or if I have to do stuff with, Bon Clay. Because he very much did show up, and I don't know if he's going to stop them before Alabaster, or if... I don't know where... I know of him, I don't know where he interacts with them in this story.
He's a fun character. I love Bon Clay.
I talked briefly about this. I love Chopper, for one. Chopper's great. Very happy to have him.
Yes.
I really like the Drum Island stuff. It is a little weird how hard they introduced the, like, Drum Isle characters for them to really not solve any of their own problems outside of Chopper.
Yeah.
Like Dalton's really cool. I don't know why he doesn't get to do more.
Because setting up for later.
Great. I'm excited.
Oda never forgets a charter.
Oh, I believe that.
Literally ever.
Michael, you weren't in the conversation when I talked to John and Mason about this. I just never knew until I got to the end of Drum Isle that they just referred to Gold Roger as Gold Roger and not Gold D Roger, because I've only ever heard the D in his name. So the moment they start to make it a big thing that's important, I'm like, yeah, I know it is. I wasn't supposed to know that? What the fuck are we doing, One Piece?
Same exact fucking thing when I was watching. I was like, yeah, it's my boy Gold D Roger. I was like, why are they calling him Gold Roger? Then they get to the end to explain the will of D, and I'm like, oh, that was like a spoiler apparently.
I kind of
my favorite again. It's my favorite type of One Piece spoiler, which is all of them, because they mean fucking nothing until you've seen them. 90% of them. Obviously, if I said there are certain things I can say that are just a spoiler. That means something if I say it, but I won't say that.
It's sort of that Pro ZD sketch where he's just like talking about anime arc names, and it's like, what are you saying?
It's Jump Rope Canyon.
Don't
was
forget Lolly Drum Gop Drum.
What was
Hell Dust? No, it's called Ho. Hell Dust.
That's like how Mason. I'm gonna steal a little bit of what Mason's been up to. Mason caught up to JJK. And that's like how we got to what's the full term? The wicker hollow wicker basket. And it's like hollow wicker basket means nothing to anyone whatsoever. Even to me. It means nothing, but it is apparently important.
Hollow wicker basket.
Beautiful. I think that's everything for me. I've worked. Yeah, that's about. But I've done a particularly large amount of things given my typical pastime. I had a very I will share this one last thing. I had a very sad black and white Nuzlocke wipe where I was post 7th gym on my way to I was doing the rival fight the Bianca rival fight before Dragon. And her lead was a dugong with Moxie. No, it wouldn't be Moxie. It was a dugong with. It's the one that gives you random stat boosts and random stat boosts and yeah. It just had Moody. And let's just say it just happened to get the stat boost in the right way that I could not kill it. I just did not have a good answer to it, and it just had an insane moveset. Not fun. Very sad. I had an incredible box outside of my incredible team as well. But full wipes, so we sad boy hours. That is everything for me of what I've been up to, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I did a lot. So, as Sean said, I caught up with JJK. I read like 70 chapters of it last night in one sitting. That manga is... I read 70 chapters. I feel like I read 3 whole mangas worth, and I still don't understand half of that manga. But it's really good. It's just there are some things in that manga that even when they explain it make no goddamn sense.
Pashenko burn.
It's real simple, guys. Here's an easy to follow instructions.
I almost want to share that full panel to Michael because it will not provide any extra context.
No, not at all.
But I still won't.
God, it's so funny how they try to explain it and it makes 0 sense. But I finished that. I caught up with Chainsaw Man's manga because I was only like 3 chapters behind in that. I watched Fire Hunter, the last 2 episodes of that.
How was that?
Oh boy. So I was really in on that show.
Yeah, you were.
And I'm very much not in on that show. It pulls some weird shit, and it just kind of like the final episode had 2 new named characters in it. Why? No reason. They're not important, but they're there. They also do some things where it's just like, yes, we need to hide that we're doing this experiment because we don't want the gods to know that we're doing it. Let's shoot an anti-aircraft gun that we're testing out
into the
in
sky.
the middle of broad daylight that also rains lightning down.
Also, like,
And
hide it from the gods, that thing that very clearly was not doable at all in the show, from what I remember.
yes. Also, that same god that showed up before shows up 2 more times for no real reason. He gives Koshi some information, and even Koshi's like, dude, why are you here? Like, why would you tell me that? And he just goes, I don't know. It's funny. And then leaves. There's just a lot. They do some things, and they don't explain it, and they go, stay tuned for season 2. And also, apparently, maybe aliens are there? I don't know. That show is...
How'd you pick 2 shows that ended like that? We'll talk
I don't
about
know.
it, but
Yeah.
in a vastly different qualities too.
Yes. Yeah, that was something. I'm trying to think of what else I've done. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV again. My friend Cody and I are, I want to say like 3rd or like halfway through Shadowbringers now. And I'm very happy because he agrees with me in the sentiment that I think Shadowbringers is peak fiction. Like, absolutely peak fiction.
That is the take I've heard.
That expansion is quite literally one of the greatest pieces of media I have ever interacted with.
Award-winning, one might say.
Yes. I mean, that's Heaven's Word.
Was it award? I thought like
Heaven's Word is
was
the
kind
award
of one of the ones that existed.
Yes, but it was the build-up to it.
Heaven's Word was the award-winning one, but
and then Endwalker was Endwalker.
Endwalker was good, honestly.
People exploded about the existence of Endwalker. So
yes,
I don't know what it did. Again, I haven't even finished ARR yet. So
the thing with Endwalker is that it finished out the story up to this point, and now it's setting up the okay, let's do something new now. Because it finished out the Heidelin and Zodiac.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get to Endwalker, or I get to a point where it finally explains what the fuck's happening on the title screen, where it says Endwalker, where there's a spaceship flying at a moon, or something, and I'm like, what the fuck is on
yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
You're pulling a Tales of Arise on me, right?
And there's a good reason for it. It's just really weird.
Probably makes sense. I have not reached that part yet. I am currently meeting Sid.
Oh, so that's where you're at. Okay.
I met him a bit ago, but like he's just kind of a dude, helping me do things.
I'm now caught up on Chainsaw Man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wild.
Aside from that, that's about all I've really done. I finished Harley Quinn, or for what's currently out. That show is absolutely incredible. Everyone should go watch it. Granted, it's not exactly a show for everyone, but it does have that show handles topics that I was not expecting it to in the slightest. Like, how does Batman handle having a panic attack in the middle of a fight?
That scene's so good.
It's such a good scene. Season 3 kind of goes a little off the rails, but in a fun way. But yeah, that was good. And I got Cody to also start watching Steven Universe, and I'm very excited for his thoughts on it.
I still think it goes off the rails, but it's fun.
I mean, look, having a season end with Bane fucking Gotham to the point of it being destroyed, and when I say fucking, I mean quite literally, he is fucking buildings until they fall over. That's how that show is going so far. But whatever, it's cool. It's fun.
It's something.
But yeah, that's about what I've done. John, Michael?
I kind of said my piece. I caught up with stuff, watched Oshinoko, which is really exciting. Played in the Pokemon Global Challenge last weekend. That was fun when I can. But yeah, outside of that, just kind of been on the grind for a lot of games right now, and we'll see how it goes.
So I played some more Spiritfall. I got to almost finishing a run. Maybe I don't know how long runs in this go. I don't know if there's only 3 worlds or more. It feels like at that point your build's kind of at a point where if you get more stuff, you don't have anywhere to put it. That game's and also we went on a trip to visit my sister / and brother because they live near each other because that's just where he lives in relation to her school. So I wasn't home for part of the weekend, which is normally when I sit there and become Goblin. So in the car I started playing Deltarune on my Switch. I'm not super far in that game, but it's a time.
It's something.
Toby Fox's writing is the goofiest shit ever, and I love it because it's all just silly, dumb shit. And then randomly Susie's like, "Yeah, I'll bite your face off," to like 3 separate people, and I'm like, "Okay, calm down."
That game is really just like haha, goofy, fun Tumblr fun time until it becomes existential dread.
But yeah, it's about all I've done. I mean, I have my Switch, which meant I also played Demo because Demo is peak video game.
That game's so good. Never have I seen before a rhythm game that can make you cry until that game.
Nope.
It sure does.
Yeah. Sometimes you forget how stupid some of the extra charts that were added in Alice's Hourglass or whatever it was. Like you sit there, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm like vibing on the hards, and then you go and play like the Leviathan level L chart or the Magnolia level M chart, and you're like, fuck, this requires me to use 3 fingers. Yep. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Rayark, what the fuck?
Okay, guys, so let's get into the explanation real quick. If you didn't know, this is the finale of the winter 2023 season. And what that means, we will each be ranking the shows. We'll be assigning the shows a 1, a 2, or a 3. The show we put as 1 will get 3 points. The show we put as 2 will get 2. The show we put as 3 will get 1 point. At the end, we'll tally up all the points, and the show with the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, they both win. Because that's how we've done it before. Deal with it. So our 3 shows this season are Tomo-chan, Buddy Daddies, and Trigun. So I mean, at this point, let's talk about it. Tomo's up first. 2 episodes we had to watch for Tomo. Everything else had 1. Episode 12 feels like it goes by so quick. And then episode 13 feels like it lasts for so long. And these are both probably good things overall. I don't even know if we should summarize these because, oh boy, Mason. The important things that happen is in Tomo, the play finishes out. Tomo makes a bunch of people swoon. The mothers are together. June becomes the perfect tree. And And then we get confession time in episode 12. Again, they dance at the end of the school festival. Tomo's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be dancing at the end of the school festival because people might get the wrong idea. And June goes, no, it'd be the right idea. And she goes, what? And runs away. And then doesn't interact socially with anyone for the next couple of days and keeps running away from June anytime he brings it up. At this point, June's kind of like, okay, I gotta figure out what I should do. And he talks to Misaki-senpai. Did I get the name right? Finally, at the end of the podcast? Let's go. Yeah. And he's just like, you should just tell her, like, exactly how you feel. Because this is the best way for both of you to handle this. And he's like, good idea. And then goes like, but I'm not the best person to take advice from because my love life got fixed by someone else setting it up for me. Cue someone else setting it up for them. June comes to talk to Gundo, and it's like, hey, I owe you an apology because, like, I clearly liked Tomo before I even dated you, and that wasn't fair. And Gundo's like, no, you don't get to do this. Fuck you. I hate you. You're the worst, and I never liked you. And to make it clear, I ended the relationship, not you. And then June goes, you've always been a good friend looking out for me. She goes, fuck you. Stop it. I don't like this. Go away. We also get a little bit where Gundo's like, at least give me this. Was I your first love? Which he already answered no, but also no, because it was Tomo's mom, which I think is so funny.
I thought it was just her tits.
I mean, it could be both.
Just a box
it's
around
true.
the boob.
It is just her chest.
I thought that was Tomo's, to be honest.
And then no, it's clearly her mom's hair because it's slightly different.
Of course.
And then June goes and writes Tomo a letter of challenge to make it seem like someone wants to fight her on the roof. To which Tomo runs off excited to do it, and then he just closes the rooftop door on her and is like, "Hey." She goes, "Oh, fuck you." And June's response is, "I really didn't think this would work." And then the two of them have an actual very serious conversation about, being in love with each other, knowing that June recognizing, he knew Tomo was confessing, he just didn't know what to do. Tomo then punches him, and then we get a really good screenshot that I almost used, but I wanted to use this one instead, which is Tomo being like, I'm the one who's been running away. It's the thing that's been screenshot a lot from this show. It's like the Tomo shot. And then I'm trying to figure out where we go from here. By the end of the I'm trying to remember how they resolve. Tomo winds up going back down after calling June a dumbass, and relays this to Carol and Gundo, to which we have the greatest moment of character development ever in any piece of media, which is Carol goes to walk away as Gundo goes to confess her sins to Tomo, and Gundo grabs Carol's hand to make sure she stays to be there with her, as she then admits that she had basically been trying to get Tomo to be more girly, even though she didn't have to for the relationship with June. At which point Tomo's just kind of like, you're crying. Stop that. You're my best friend. Thanks. I'm gonna go solve this. And then they confess again. And they're a couple? Cue episode 13. They're not a couple yet. Firstly, they're adorable. Secondly, Tomo's upset because June doesn't get as flustered as she does, and that's not fair. So, Gundo comes up with the brilliant idea to go take him to see a movie where there's going to be a kiss scene. Little does Tomo know, it also has a pretty much implied blatant sex scene. To which we get the wonderful shot of Tomo panicking and then going, well, at least June's probably flustered too, and he's intently taking notes. We do a bit, this might have been the end of episode 12, where they run up the stairs and they express that, I think it was, where they express that they can both be best friends, childhood friends, rivals, and lovers. This is allowed. To which we get a really good line, which is Tomo going, I didn't know I was allowed to be this greedy. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have worried so much. Christmas presents, Tomo gets earrings, she hand-knitted June a scarf, which she immediately puts on. Again, Tomo is flustered. Also very pretty in these last two episodes. They do a very good job of if they changed anything, maybe they didn't even, but the way they show it of how Tomo looks just perfectly fits where we are at the show with the two of them. And then Tomo decides, okay, I need to keep pushing June further to finally get him to have break. So they're like, time to go home. And Tomo goes, to your house. And he goes, what? And she goes, to your house. And then once again, his mother is not home because luckiest man known to Earth. Why did you... Oh, it's the video. Okay. I'll leave that alone for now. Then June's like, we're fine. Everything's fine. I've been in my room alone with Tomo before. And then Tomo touches his knee and is like, can I sit on your bed with you? And he explodes. He becomes rocket ship. And then he reveals that, they actually aren't dating yet. They both make the realization they actually haven't started dating yet, and Tomo gets really mad that they haven't started dating yet, and June explains that her dad didn't give him permission yet, and he has to defeat him in a fight. We then have a little bit of build-up where we get a nice little talk about basically everyone telling Tomo, hey, are you fine just leaving June to solve this? Is that really what you want? And then Tomo goes to cheer on June, and tells him, hey, if you can't beat my dad, I'm gonna go try to fight him, because I have a right to determine my own destiny, too. Not that I think you can't do it, but I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't want me to have to do it, would you? But if you did fail, it'd be okay, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. And then we get, like, a fucking Hajime no Ippo boxing fight, animated combat between June and Tomo's father, and then happy ever after. Kiss scene. That is Tomo. That is all of Tomo.
That's about it, yeah.
I stand where I stand with this show, where I always have. I absolutely adore and love this. I love these characters. I love the way I love all of the characters, the way they build, from where they were at the start of the show to where they get to at the end. Carol and Gundo's dynamic is one of my favorite friend dynamics. I also just there's a lot of really, really good dialogue lines in these last two episodes, that are both just generally about, like, feelings of romance, feelings of love, feelings of friendship, and how all of those intersect, that I think are perfect. I think this show might succeed better than most pieces of media that tried to handle what if a girl wasn't as girly as she should be? When is she allowed to be girly? And the show's answer is when she wants to. And it does that really well throughout its whole run. I don't have a lot to say otherwise until we start talking about final choices on where stuff lies, though. So, floor is all your guys's.
No, I thought this episode was really good. I think it wraps up the series really well. Clearly it's like kind of like a closed, like, one season story. I think it's really good. Probably the best if you're looking for a tomboy show out there. It's probably going to be the best one you're going to find. It's very cute, wholesome at times. It's interesting because it's like a tomboy trying not to be a tomboy, if that makes sense.
But also trying to be a tomboy sometimes.
Whereas, like, it's like sometimes it leads into like, oh, it's a tomboy / tsundere, like we've seen a million times. And in reality, it's just like kind of, but also no. It's like a tomboy / dairy is more like it, because she really is just like super attempting to be that cute girl, and then just sometimes awkwardly goes back into tomboy mode. But it was a good show. I enjoyed it a lot. It was it grew on me over the season for sure. Probably the best romance from the season. And yeah, I like the characters in the show especially too. Between Gundo and our resident comedic relief, whose name I forget.
Carol.
Thank you. Kettle-chan. Also the scene in the gym where they're like doing the play and the mom's like, good, you guys are here. Someone will be here to hold me back. And they're like, hold you back. Carol appears. Carol, shut the fuck up. Is this what she meant? The FBI guards behind her are just like, they got it down. We're good. Like, but yeah, it was cute. It's good.
For fucking Secret Service guards. Something that is absolutely not explained in this TV show, but has a little bit extra context in the manga.
I like how we get Misuzu's mom for all of 45 seconds.
2 episodes, kind of.
Yeah, she was in the episode where the first time we meet Carol's mom, too. She gets that little bit there.
Oh, she appears.
Yeah.
I also like if I do believe June just doesn't have parents. They don't exist.
You just don't get to meet them.
Yeah, they don't exist.
We also talked about this. June's friend, whose name I never remember, he's around. They don't force any romance between him and Gundo.
It's really funny because they like set it up that it's like, yeah, it's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Because it's the end of the festival night, and Gundo's like, they both already have somebody, and then he just walks up and is like, hey, you want to dance? And she just leaves. And then Carol shows up because all you need sometimes is a friend you want to strangle.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really like what they did with it because they even have him in the ED. It's like they have this whole thing set up just to be like, nah, it was all a joke from the start.
Yeah.
No,
like
Tomo is a
even
great
he
show.
knows it's a joke.
not every female character needs to have a romantic partner, even in a rom-com. Sometimes their romance partner is taken by another.
True. Gundo Carol for life.
Gundo Carol's the best fucking dynamic.
I did.
I was gonna talk about the start of episode 13 where it switches over to winter, or episode 12 it switches over to winter, and Carol gets to fully hug Gundo because it gives Gundo more warmth, and then she realizes she has a heater and just she loses. It's just a really funny line from Tomo where she's like, I guess she hates the cold more. It's like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, Tomo was really good. I really did enjoy the show quite a lot. Like, more than I thought I was going to. Because, like, romances just historically don't really do that well in the podcast. There's, like, unless it's, like, a side note to like, a shonen or something.
Yeah,
No,
unless that
we're
show is
getting there.
Sasaki and Miyano.
Yeah.
We're starting to do a little bit better.
Which, look, we can all agree Sasaki and Miyano was not exactly, like, the game changer of the season.
It was absolutely peak fiction.
It definitely deserved that season win. We've never had an off decision on what wins a season. It's always been the right one.
It's just, look, we can agree that season was not exactly, like,
the strongest season ever. No,
the hitter that all of our
I can't even. What that was Bisco and Dress Up Darling, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's.
That's
I
what I'm
think
upset about.
Pretty far.
I think that season rocks. I think all three of those shows are incredible, and I still stand by Sasaki to Miyano taking the win. Let's go, baby.
I agree too.
It's
However,
the funny
another
outcome.
romance that I don't accept not taking a win, but it's okay. We won't bring that up because we don't have time.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. It also lost to a
BL.
It also lost to a BL show. What are you talking about,
It really
John?
did. If you've been to any convention ever, that is a BL
It
show.
lost
Of
to a
course.
romance.
Have you seen their characters perfectly?
Oh my god.
I guess I'll get this out of the way. Not only do I adore, so there is a huge bias obviously going on in my brain as I try to sort out what my top 3 rankings going to be. In that, while there are lots of reasons to not put Tomo at number 1, a particular reason being an entire show. But also, I love this show. I love Tomo as a character. I have a completely biased view because I got to enjoy a rom-com with a redhead female protagonist. Truly the perfect combination.
I got no problems with that.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
with
just
you on that.
there is just a part of me where like this is my child. Even more so than Gundam was last season, where I was really like, man, I really want Gundam to walk away with this. But was comfortable with Bochi. I have stats in front of me. I know what I should be putting at 1. We'll see what I decide at the end of today, at the end of this conversation.
Hang on.
Let's Hey Michael, your show.
Okay, clear my throat. Oh.
So Buddy Daddy, or as the title card says 15 minutes into this episode, Daughter Daddy. Or maybe it's even farther in. It's pretty far.
I know it's at the end.
very
I know at
end.
the very end they do Daughter Daddies. I don't know if they do it again at the earlier part. We'll talk about the end of this show, but let's get there
It's right
first.
before the very end bit.
you guys want
Okay, is it right before the
Just go ahead. I'll
Mid
fill you out
credit,
after.
post credit shenanigans. Okay,
Yeah.
so Buddy Daddies. So we need to finish the plan they kind of set forward last episode with the we're gonna live together, and now we know what that means is Ray needs to leave the organization. And boy is him leaving the organization a difficult
Hardcore.
task.
A bloody mess.
As we learned last time someone tried to leave, you don't leave the family. The family makes sure you leave the Earth.
Family leave you.
Oh, he and Kazuki stroll up. They're ready. Only to get to the gate and then have all their weapons taken away because of course they are. And they're like, Kazuki, you're not allowed to come in. And Ray's like, he's my partner. They're like, fuck you. And Kazuki's like, well, you forgot to confiscate one of our weapons. Points at Ray as Ray murders 4 people. So they get in. It's now all guns blazing. Some sillies happen. Kazuki's not useless for like the first time ever when they're doing these heists. Holy shit, he's done it. They run into. It starts with a U,
Ogino.
I think. Ogino, that's what. They run into Ogino. Of course they do. He also has a sniper, shoots a bullet into their car,
And then he has a
engine
shotgun.
explode. Yeah, then he has a shotgun, which is like way more bullets in it than a shotgun should. But whatever, it's fine.
He has the perfect loadout for Halo 2.
He has a shotgun that when he swings it to hit somebody makes a sword sound effect.
It's fine. He has a sniper, then he has a shotgun, then he also pulls out the Magnum right after. He's actually a Halo 2 character.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this big long fight with Ogino, as he proceeds to kick both of their shits in like 3 times each.
Fucking shoots a bullet through Kazuki's leg.
Yeah, Kazuki takes a bullet to the leg. Which ouch. And Kazuki also then threatens to blow himself up along with the kitchen they are currently sitting in to kill Ogino. Which leads into Ray finally getting there, stalls enough time for Kazuki to stab him with the knife Ray was trying to stab him with, which leads into the moment where you pause for a moment and go, fuck, I know what's about to happen. I don't like this. As you see Ogino falling backwards onto the knife sticking out of the back of his neck.
Yeah, the only thing that I could think of in this moment was umbrella PTSD.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I thought was, ow, that looks like it's gonna hurt. Oh yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, ouch.
No,
ouch.
I almost messaged you when I watched this, Sean, and went, man, I didn't know we were watching another.
But yeah, then this leads into a really cool moment as Ogino, very much who should be dead, reaches for his journal to, I guess, write down his own last words.
I think that was what he was going for, yeah.
Only for Kazuki to throw the lighter back into the kitchen, causing it to explode, which was cool as shit.
This whole, the whole fight sequence is hardcore.
Yeah, this entire section is great. It's like amazing action.
And yet somehow none of it is the hardest thing to happen in this part of this episode.
So then then Ray's like, yeah, I gotta go deal with my dad, and he's like, also Kazuki, you need to go secure a getaway vehicle like now, and also I'll go deal with my dad alone. He walks in and goes, Dad, I'm leaving the family. Dad goes, no. He goes, I'm leaving the family, and shoots his own fucking arm to paralyze it. Holy fuck, this man is the most metal man ever. It's so cool.
And then it's time for Christmas.
Yeah, and then they make it barely on time, a little bit late from Erie's performance of Silent Night at their little Christmas party.
Bullet wounds covered up by Santa Claus outfits.
Boy, do I love the way this show does. Miri, everything about her, the panic on her face as she doesn't see them there, and the pure fucking joy on her face when they get there is like,
Hi.
Amazing.
We had to talk about the fact that at the start of this episode they had a conversation about where Mary's mother is, and we then get a bit where Ray goes, "Sing loud enough so that your mom can hear you," and I scream into a void.
Yeah, Ray is so good. Ray is amazing.
Wonderful this episode.
But yeah, then we get a nice little wholesome bit where they take family photo of the 3 of them. because it's the end of the thing, and then we hit 2 years later, or no, not
No,
2 years.
10.
It's 10.
Yeah.
10.
Is it 10? Is it not?
Yeah,
more?
because she's high school.
It's yeah.
Yeah. No, we get a flash forward, to them living honest lives. Now Kazuki and Ray, or Kazuki owns a diner. Ray exists.
Makes toast
Crazy
for it.
cook.
Yeah, he makes French toast.
God,
Really
they're
only
His
French
single arm.
toast.
God, they're both. How'd they get hotter?
Right.
I didn't think they could
I
do
do like
it.
how they did actually like. They are a well written show that remembered. Yeah, Ray is paralyzed in the one arm now. He only has one of them,
Mhm.
and they always animate his one arm just dangling. 'Cause he cannot use. Also, it's just Miri, but she's in high school now.
It's just Miri, but she's become a My Hero Academia character.
Yeah.
True.
She
I
really
Gravity.
is just Mina Ashido.
I do really like how they never have to explain to us like how they explain to Miri all these different things, because they very much, the way they talk, it very much seems Miri knows a lot about them at this point. One, she looks at her the picture of her mom, so she knows her mom's dead. That's something she has come to terms with at this point. She knows they made dirty money because he straight up fucking says, "I make an honest living now."
She knows
Which means
Kazuki
she
goes
knows
to
she didn't.
brothels.
It's just great. 10 out of 10 family time experience. It's one thing where, as we were getting to the end, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna like make a series of OVAs or shorts that are just these three vibing in the future.
Yeah.
And realistically, I don't think we're gonna get that now because we got that.
I would love, though, a story around Miri with the two of them in the background. We don't need it.
Yeah.
We absolutely don't need it. This is a perfectly good. This is one of the few times on this podcast.
We just get a rom-com now with Miri and
Mhm.
the guy from
the kid from
The kid.
Yeah, from the kid, yeah.
From the zoo episode, yeah.
Yeah, and he appears in, and at the end we get it does like a little collage thing where it goes over a bunch of like pictures from the
Mhm.
time period we missed. We
Mhm.
get Miri's first backpack and stuff. It's adorable. It's amazing. It's
Q's
great.
there. We also see Kazuki's wife's sister
Yeah, Karin
with
is her name?
Miri.
Okay. Yeah, we see her in
adorable.
Paris because she's in front of the
Yep.
In front of the Arc de Triomphe.
yeah, that one.
So I want to get out. I want to get this out of the way for me. This is the first season. This is the first season in a while. I feel like maybe last season was fine too. So that's a lie. But again, really nice to have a top 3 where all 3 shows have really solid, good conclusions. Spoilers: Trigun
this is
has
like-
a really solid, good conclusion for its season.
Yeah, it's a really good ending. It's
These
just
are
like
all 3
actually
really great
it's
endings.
a super satisfying ending that wraps it up
Yes.
nicely.
For me, it really is, how do I feel about all 3 of these shows? Where does Buddy Daddies lie? It's a great show. Absolutely wonderful. Of all of the last sets of episodes we watched, this was the one where I could pinpoint something where I was like, I don't think it's pulled off as much as I think it could have. For me, I think Ogino just lacks any sort of impact in terms of like a threat in the sequence. Like there is no, I have no fear or dread of him. There isn't really like the whole entire fight is really cool. It goes hard. It's a lot, like, again, it's all the same kind of damage and assassin stuff they've been doing, but he himself lacks like weight as a character for me to care about the actual fight with him. Is kind of where I wound up sitting with it.
The whole thing for me was he felt like Mr. X in that last sequence by just the slow walk.
Yeah,
as
him
he's holding the
slowly
gun like
walking.
this.
Yeah, it's also like you're giving Kazuki so much time, dude. Like, you already gave him so much time before. You know better. Like, you make the same mistake again. Like, to me, still a really good show. I love where we're at. I love its characters. I love what it has to say about family and all of its themes. But to me, it was just, it just was something that it wasn't good enough for me. It's going to be my third. It's what I'm going to say flat out. I know no matter where I'm putting it, it's going to be my third. But that is not a bad thing, given what it's up against for me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, it feels like Okino, while he is there, just there's no stakes to him because it's always like this slow. He's like the big guy in Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's
that just
Mr.
walks
X.
Yeah,
around
Mr.
following
X.
you.
Yeah.
the
Mr. X.
And so
And,
it's just like and because
Nemesis
he
is
has
the other
this,
And
one.
Nemesis.
and because he has the whole gimmick, it's just like yeah, but he's not gonna kill him because he wants to hear the last words, and he doesn't want it to be like. And I mean, hey, he knows the last words of that woman, so he's got to find that out. I don't know. Which it's okay though. Like it was really entertaining. It was really enjoyable. Like these episodes, I love our dads. They're great, very wholesome. But yeah, like I said, like the stakes aren't really there, but I don't think they have to be, right? To a
Mhm.
degree, because it's still just the show does what it wants to do.
I do. Mhm.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do want to say because like we walked into this with a lot of people on the internet being like, "Oh, it's just another Spy Family." Very different in execution and everything really about it. The only similarities is a child and two adults. And there's also some like bloodshed murder stuff going on. But even then, that element's completely different. The overarching like story and plot's very different. The themes are different to some degree. And in some ways, I really like this more than Spy Family. From where I'm at with Spy, I have to finish season 2. But I think the fact that Spy Family is long, it has a much longer build up means that it has moments that feel like it drags or aren't as good. Whereas this is just a consume 12 episodes of good content. And I really liked it walking out of that is where what I'll say for it.
You guys want to hear the fun, like slightly weird voice actor fact I learned today related to this show?
Sure.
So the voice actor of Rei Sua, our black-haired father, is also the same voice actress as Mahiru from The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, who's also going to be the same voice actress as Akane from Oshinoko. Yes, that is a true fact. It is really weird.
Are you sure it's not for when he's a child?
It just says Rei Sua. It shows like the actual.
Again, I could probably.
It could be the child.
It's most likely the child.
But that's wild.
I mean, that's a fucking voice range to be able to do that. That's the adult voice.
That is so. It's the child voice because the adult voice is also the voice of Miyamura from Horimiya.
Yes.
That's such a. But like, I just looked at that and I was like, that's a weird pull, but interesting. But they're also voicing my best girl in Oshinoko, so it's pretty cool.
He's also Blue Summers.
From
Trigun.
But I saw Ray in there, and I was like,
God, just sorry, my brain doing things about that statement, Mason. Oh, how do you feel, Mason?
I really like that the show. I'm not gonna lie, I was going to have it like a 9, I believe. It was either an 8.5 or a 9. Also, hi Spoon, good to see you. I was gonna have it like an 8.5 or a 9, and then the time skip made me bump it up to a 9.5.
It's really good. Like the ED play. The OP. I've been like a big component that I think the OP and the ED for this show are magical. They fit so well. Slap. They are both incredible. And it was like as soon as I heard the lyrics for both of them, I'm like, oh, they're going to use this against me one day. And then it starts playing over the future scene. And I'm like,
the opening over the end. I was like,
I literally went while they did when it was clear they were doing the flash cut forward. I went, no, you can't do this to me. It is such a sharp contrast in my mind compared to Licorice Recoil, where we get a similar thing, but it doesn't feel as good. Like Licorice didn't feel as good as this one does. This is great. I wanted to see this.
Yeah, like I liked Licorice's, but
so did I. It's not as good as this.
This one was great.
Yeah.
Michael, do you have any other?
This was just really, really good. This was like exactly what I wanted out of this ending. Yeah, I could understand the issue with Ogino. But I also, in the same way, seeing him do the fucking Mr. X walk as he slowly is walking through the house. It's one of those things where it's like, in the same point where it looks goofy as shit because he's just a big guy walk slow. It's also fucking terrifying because it's Mr. X.
You just reminded me how funny I still think the scene is where the car gets shot and then it shows him with the sniper rifle and he just goes, whip, and bumps back into the house. It's literally like a spy v spy comic where it's just like, ha, I fucked you over. See you in the next panel.
See you in the next chapter, fucker.
Wait, but in the same way, as much as like I do have that issue with I think the altercation with Ray and his dad's perfect. I think it's executed exactly the way it should be. I think because it's not just that Ray shoots his own arm. We did slightly skim it. He shoots his dad in the shoulder first because they have a point. They point their guns at each other. He pulls the trigger before his dad does, and then he walks out with his dad's gun to his back, not hesitating, and his dad doesn't pull the trigger, which it is an extremely well done way to convey everything it needs to about those two characters and how they are feeling and where their relationship has gone.
Yeah, and the fact that he still calls him dad.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite
The fact that he
things
calls him boss for most of the show, and on his way out the door calls him father.
Well, yeah, the idea is that he calls him dad anytime he's talking to Q or Kazuki. He then calls him dad, I believe, when he first is invited back over, and then continuously calls him boss from that point on.
Because he gets told to call him boss.
You know, I'm a fucking slut for shows. I'm intentionally having characters call people things when they don't go by those names to most people. Cough, cough, Trigun with him calling him Nai the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah. This was great. This show was great. I adored this show. Is it probably going to be my number 3 still? Yeah, probably. But, like, it was still fucking great. It was amazing.
Hey, guys. Speaking of amazing...
It's time.
With totally no bias coming... I fucking love this shot.
Let me see what shot it is.
Let's go.
So
I mean, I have to. You have to. Yeah. If I put anything... Here's the reason I use this shot. It's the least spoiler image of the episode that has good meaning and impact, and also doesn't make you look at it and go, what the fuck am I staring at? Mason, talk about Trigun.
So,
if you can.
So Trigun starts. Yes, okay. Yep, that's a good shot. So Trigun starts this week where, Millions Knives is in the higher plane. He's attempting to get into the plant core to forcibly essentially impregnate all the plants to make a bunch of new independents like him and Bash. Meanwhile, Meryl is shouting and trying to get Bash out, trying to get him to come back to reality. Bash is having his own little memoryscape. And I don't remember the exact line that is said, but he remembered. So
Nai says, I'll protect you.
Yeah, Nai says, I will always protect you. That's what it is. And Bash realizes, no, you weren't the one that said that. And that triggers all of his memories to kind of flood back, and he regains his consciousness and becomes himself again. But this time, he is fully in tune with his plant self, and also he gets the cool spiky hair from original Trigun.
And he turns the special dimension into a cube.
And he turns it into a cube. And then he runs away. Nai gets forcibly shoved out of the higher plane, then flies back in and goes, "Hey Bash, what the fuck, man?" Cut to 6 minutes of the single greatest tracking shots in CG you will ever see in your goddamn life.
Hi, they both have wings.
They both have wings.
Sorry, corrections. Nai has 2 wings. Vash has 1 wing.
No, Nai only has the one.
I thought his is a set.
No,
it's just one.
Okay, it's just one.
Tentacles.
Okay.
Actual Sephiroth type beat on both of these men.
I do want one-winged angel to be put over this chase scene by somebody.
I cannot wait for an edit of that fight, which is
I'm sorry. That was my fault. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So,
chase scene.
This fight is fucking incredible. It is Bash attempting to fly the cube away because it's only going to stay a cube so long before it breaks again. And Nai chasing after Bash. And Bash has no qualms at this point about fucking shooting Nai now. So this whole fight is him constantly reloading and flying away and running away. It's just so fucking
The
cool.
reloads in this episode make
The
me...
Their reloads are so goddamn cool. There's a point there's a point where they're flying and he throws a magazine up as he's like hitting Nye, and then catches it with the gun, throws the gun back to cock it, and shoots him. It's so cool. As they're flying, though, Vash flies down at one point, and the whole July military is like, "It's the fucking humanoid typhoon. We gotta kill him." And Vash is like, "You need to get away. You are going to die." They start shooting him. He just takes it, and then Nye flies down and cuts a tank and all of the people there in half, just instantly. More flying. Vash eventually flies up into the atmosphere, and he develops his arm into essentially a cannon that holds the cube and is using it to shoot the energy from the cannon up into outer space. And it's then a fight of Nye attempting to push the cannon to point downwards into the earth so it'll do the thing he wants, versus Vash trying to push it upwards so it releases all the energy into space and doesn't kill everyone. And then Nye gets thrown off a bit and then just starts like climbing through the firing cannon and getting his entire skin and musculature all melted off until he just dies. Vash releases the rest of it and then gets flung down into the earth with all of the force of this firing energy cannon. We cut. It is now 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Meryl is July is just a fucking it's a stain on the map at this point.
It's a crater.
It's a crater. There's a mass gravesite there. Meryl is there to give pay her respects to Roberto's grave. Wolfwood is just kind of hanging out at this point. He's just walking around. Zazie talks to Meryl for a second, I believe. I believe it's Meryl. Yep. And is just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do now, because I can't really trust you guys, and Nye isn't here anymore, so I guess try not to fuck it up.
By the way, they're coming.
They're coming. And Meryl's like, what? She's like, yeah. And
from
Zazie's
Earth.
like, yeah, they're coming from Earth. And Meryl's like, what? We get a cool little thing as well as Meryl's driving, where she's talking with someone from her headquarters who's telling her, hey, get your shit together, otherwise they're going to send you to the insurance section, which is what she is in original Trigun. And they also say that she is going to have someone sent out to be her her newbie, like she was for Roberto, which is also one of the characters from original Trigun.
Tammy Thompson.
And this is, yep. And then we cut to Vash in, I believe it's the first town that we were in originally.
Is it him?
His he is being called Eric's, but I believe it's him, and it's a way of explaining that he has amnesia as of right now.
So here was the thing that threw me. Was absolutely no reason for Millions Knives to be alive right now. Given the fact that he gets vaporized into a zombie. But he seems, the hair color seems much more Knives than it does Vash, was my thing.
Oh, yeah.
So as someone who doesn't know what original Trigun does, I don't know. It is very obvious though, that, especially someone who has seen the character list for original Trigun, that, Tammy Thompson is the other character who's in the insurance bureau with them. That is very clearly the studio going, this was a prequel. If you didn't get it by now, this was a prequel. To which people have said, I've seen online the conversation be, I probably should have realized that when July was a full fucking city, because apparently it's not like that in the original. It's apparently a bunch of ruins. Wonder why.
Crazy. But yeah, dude, holy shit, this show is so fucking good. Like,
It's
from
crazy.
from start to finish. Like, I understand the first episode and a half is like, and then you just get into it.
Yeah, it's like the slow build up explaining who Vash is, and then you just kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
Google a
Holy
little
shit,
nut.
it's my guy.
But yeah,
Fails, man.
this whole fucking this end episode is just incredible. Like,
Yeah, no, it.
I just can't get over the animation, for one. Like, the animation, the sound design in it, everything, like, it's just so good.
Yeah, it's. Michael knows my opinion about this. I think Beastars looks great. Like, in terms of CGI, when we watched Beastars, I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. Orange is a fantastic studio. Woo! Have they been cooking in the meantime?
Let them cook, as one could say.
Will I maybe give some concessions that, yeah, there are some things here that, like, you look at it and you go, yeah, that's CG, duh, right? Like, you watch the fly-through scene and it screams CG. It's not trying to not be. That would be crazy, but it looks
the idea
incredible.
is that it's doing a thing but what it's doing is almost impossible outside of a fully rendered CG setting.
Yes.
And the characters, unlike when they try to do a CG setting with 2D characters, actually fucking match the background.
That's the thing.
Scar on the Praetor anytime a character existed.
Yeah.
Listen.
See, that's the thing, is like, people lose their mind over CG, but CG is really good when it actually leans into being CG as opposed to leaning out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, CG is not bad. Bad animation is bad.
Exactly.
There is bad 2D animated anime. There's a lot of it that's really bad.
There's a lot of it. Look at... Sorry to bring it up, but Fire Hunter.
My brain.
Michael, what do you mean? Fire Hunter wasn't bad. It's just
Michael,
It's a
Michael, we gotta
stylistic
show you.
choice.
We gotta show you something after we pick shows.
I have to show you something.
I'm terrified.
No, you shouldn't
be. You made the comment.
You have to see it,
finishing
Michael.
Fire Hunter, and I don't know if I can, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm so fucking scared about what that means. What do you? I don't know what you mean. I just can't fucking do it because it looks bad.
No,
you're getting some like really touchy, like dark story shit, or you just fucking can't.
I just can't, man. These two know. Like, these two know. And
I kind of know. I don't think I got the most of it, but I'm good.
You got everything that mattered.
Hey guys, did you know, while we wait for the results to come in, that I'm sure will surprise everybody? I have statistics. Our favorite little thing. So, here is the question. So let's run it through. How many shows do you think took a first place finish this season?
5.
So I know all of our top 3 have been in a number 1
6?
before. I know Sugar Apple was in Sean's once.
Yeah. So is it?
I'm trying to think if there's anything outside of those 4.
I think
Mason is right.
I think
it was
I
5
entered 1
shows.
week.
It
Okay,
was
I
5
I think
shows.
I
shows.
entered 1 week and put something high. Because I really like Nier, but did I put it at 1?
I think you did.
I don't think I did. I put it at 2.
I don't think he put it at 1, but I know he put it
thought it
really
was like
fucking
Trigun was
high.
sick.
Yeah.
I think
I put like 3.
I don't remember, and I'm not gonna pull up the check, but I think I put this show at 1.
Was it Angel?
No, Sean wouldn't
High
have put
card?
Angel that high. No.
High card.
High card, that's crazy.
High card
That's
had.
big.
Well, okay, let's do the question. Guys, what show had the most first place finishes?
I wonder if it's Trigun with like 30.
How many?
think
Let's
it
do
was
let's do the
Oshinobo.
guess. Let me double check something. Let me see if I can find it.
It's
Let me
definitely like mid 20s. It'll be like 25 or something.
I want to say 27.
Oh wait, no, so it's 4 people. Yeah, 4 people over 9 weeks of voting. So it's 36 is the max.
I'm gonna say 28.
It's somewhere between like 27 to 30.
20 with 21 first place
21?
finishes.
Only 20.
Trigun, not nearly
I-
as much as Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man didn't win.
Tomo had Tomo had 6 first place finishes. Buddy Daddies had 5. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale had 3. We'll bring up how many shows do you think had second place finishes?
7.
I don't fucking know. I don't care. There's too many shows.
5 again.
5.
5 again. It's the exact same 5 too. High Card had 1 second place. Sugar Apple had 3. What show do you think had the most second place finishes?
Was it Tomo?
Tomo?
It was not Tomo.
Buddy Daddy?
Buddy Daddies with 14. Tomo had 10. Trigun had 8.
14 second places. Is that literally every fucking week? Oh no, wait, it was 4 of us. Never mind.
Yep.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
like the math.
Yep, Tomo had 10. Trigun had 8.
We only have 10 episodes. How
So
is it
guys,
14?
let's do the math. What show do you
No,
think
I
had
don't.
the most third place finishes?
Tomo.
It is Tomo with
It had
14.
to-
Um,
Wow.
So, this is the fun one. Hi, same 5 shows got third place finishes, but one show also took a third place finish. Anyone want to
Fire
guess
Hunter.
what it was?
Was it near?
It was
Fire-
John
that
with
was
Near.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the lowest place Trigun ever finished?
You put it at 4th or 5th one week.
Who did, me?
I
You
think
did.
I put it at 4 week 1. I put it at 4 or 5 like week 1.
Week
I dropped
3,
it a bit.
Michael put it at 4th. It is the only time Trigun was not in the top 3. Had
you think it
35
might
out of
win?
36 places in top 3. Who do you
Jesus.
think? What do you think the lowest place Tomo was?
6?
Who do you think did it?
It was Mason.
It was probably me.
Mason, I know, had the lowest Tomos.
It was John.
It was John.
That's crazy.
Week 2.
What'd I do?
You put Tomo in 6th place. Week 2
As
was
I
lowest
should.
place. Tomo had 30 out of 38 top 3 finishes. Sorry, 30 out of 36 top 3 finishes. Buddy Daddies, what's the lowest place you think?
7.
6th. Who do you think put it at 6?
John.
Probably
It's
fucking
John.
Oh, damn.
Week.
John, liking to be a contrarian.
I didn't write down what week that was. But Buddy Daddies had 28 out of 36 finishes in top 3. So it did wind up having the least amount of top 3 finishes, despite having more second place finishes than Tomo. And being very close in, like, it's just that Tomo was close to it in second place finishes, and Tomo had one more than it in first place finishes, but then it just had way more third places. So it just wound up being that Buddy Daddies was out of top 3 more often. Yeah, so that's that. Hey guys, I'm waiting on one result.
Yeah. Don't worry
Is it-
about it.
Michael
I'll
figuring out a
remember
name.
eventually.
Don't worry, I'm recycling a name. I think it's appropriate.
But what if we're wrong? Wouldn't it be really funny then?
It would be really funny, but like I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly drop Trigun to 3.
Don't you fucking dare. Don't do it just to spite me.
Man,
Oh,
I
that's
can't
just
believe
me?
Buddy Daddies
I'm
took
gonna-
first place somehow.
Is that the world champ difference, baby? Is that what
No,
it is?
guys, I actually
And
put
that's-
Angel at number 1.
And that's the world champ.
True. Angel was my number 2.
Weird, it kept sticking around somehow.
Right behind Ice Guy.
Ah!
I bet you're gonna be really surprised with the results here, guys.
Who could possibly have seen this coming?
Me, I could.
So remember, the most points a show can get is 12. and that would be if it has a full first place finish across the board.
Based off what we heard, it sounds like Trigun's ending with 11.
Trigun is ending with 12. Full sweep.
Hey.
Wow, he did it.
Tomo with
And that's-
7 and Buddy Daddies with 5.
And that's the world champion.
And you know what that means? John put Tomo in 3rd.
Oh shit.
But still walks out 2nd place finish. I feel good about this. This was one of, again, I stand by this. Of course, the season that my child is here, it has to fucking compete with Trigun Stampede of all beasts, of all monsters. Just like the season I have Gundam, it has to compete with Bocchi the Rock and Chainsaw Man. Me screaming into the distance. One day.
Bocchi the Rock, let's go.
And all I can say is, after 2 long seasons, the crown has finally returned to its rightful place.
Okay, listen, I kept it nice and warm for you, Mason. I'm just sorry that I pulled out my ass, Bocchi the Rock. My bad.
I'm kidding.
What else did I win with?
You didn't. You
Licorice.
didn't win, Michael.
Oh, Licorice.
Wasn't it Licorice into...
Oh,
Licorice.
sorry. It was 3
Yeah.
seasons. Just 3 seasons because it was
Michael
it
won
was-
last season.
Because it was no, you didn't. You won last season,
No,
or no? Michael won.
no,
No.
Bocchi wasn't last season, was it?
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
You won. You won Bocchi. You won with Bocchi,
What?
and then Michael won with.
I won with Licorice
or
before then.
you won with Licorice, and then Michael won with Sasaki and Miyama.
I think that checks.
And then before that was ranking season.
No, ranking was December last year.
Yeah, it would have been 2 before
It
that,
was one more
okay.
before that.
What was
I think.
Started
no?
last year. I thought started last year was
No,
just
'cause it's
beating me
4
out, and then you won.
Yeah, because it would have been because last season was fall, and then it was summer, and then it was spring, and then Bocchi or no, because
Yeah,
'Cause
because
ranking
ranking
was
was ranking
fall.
was fall.
ranking was fall.
It was
You're
ending
right.
of the year.
Hold on.
You voted off Awashi. He's gonna eat at me. Till I find these shows.
That's not what I want. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to do it this way.
When was Senpai?
It's a little crazy. Don't mind. the
Senpai
screen.
started in October 2021. What the fuck?
That was also
There
the
we
same
go.
season
Not real.
as ranking.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
not
should-
real.
That should do what I want. Whoa.
What
crazy
about
how this
Diamond?
is
Was
going.
Diamond 2022? Diamond was summer 2022.
I didn't win with Diamond.
No, but I'm trying to remember shows.
Yeah.
Okay, so Licorice-
I wish I won with Diamond. Let me make that
Licorice-
very clear.
Licorice-
Diamond
one
was
summer,
great.
Spy
I fucking
Family.
loved Diamond.
It was
Oh,
Spy
right,
Family.
Spy
in spring.
Fam.
Duh.
Spy Fan. Yeah.
Spy
That
Fam won
makes
spring last year.
Woohoo, Spy Family.
It edged out great shows like Time Rendering and Ya Boy Kongming and Diamond.
Okay, your boy Kong Ming went crazy.
Yeah, Boy
Uh,
Kongming did go crazy.
Sean,
Yep. Oh, I know.
you okay? Just
Don't worry. I'm still trying to think about what's the way I wanna. Nope, that's wrong.
Yeah, like what's
Hmm.
happening? It's a goblin. Ah.
Do I just go to with this one? No, that's the wrong layout. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna shuffle through a bunch of layouts before I figure out what exactly I want to do. Nope. Yeah, we're just gonna. Don't worry. You can
Alright.
see that I do multiple different podcasts.
Well, look at you, self-promoting
Vaughn.
on a separate.
hi Vaughn.
Now you know what we're just gonna do? We're gonna go do this. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna have a little bit of streamception. Oop, that's not good. Pop that up.
We're just gonna cycle through every single.
No, I
scene that
apparently
Sean
don't
has.
have a good scene anymore for screen picking. Hey, get up there. Hey, get up there. There we go. There we go.
All right.
Hey guys,
We're
you
just,
want
gonna,
something
we're just gonna
crazy?
do this, and we're just gonna
So-
pretend like the names. I'm gonna leave the names there, but we're just gonna pretend actually I do have.
Do you guys? Sorry, are you good, Sean? You ready?
Hold on, it's not.
Oh.
I don't want
While
to
Sean's
do that.
while Sean's
Hold
figuring
on.
this out, guys, you'll never guess what I just went back and like realized existed while we were in the middle of voting there. Remember Remake Our Life?
Yeah. I
It popped
remember.
up. It popped up somewhere in my feed. It's like, I wonder what ever happened with that. There was a chapter updated for it today. Mind you, this show came out in like the last update for the chapters of the manga was 2021 for English translations. It's one chapter past before the anime finished. That's
Oh.
it. The manga's done. There's only like 3 more chapters, but there's just no translations. So I literally was just like, I got like 5 minutes more.
Wait, the manga's done?
The manga's done. There's only like 3 more chapters. It's like a long like 20 to 30 page like manga. It's like the monthly ones.
But still, it sets it up like it's gonna go on forever.
No,
Yeah.
literally, I guarantee what's gonna happen is he goes back to the past because we know he goes back to the past where the anime ended. Goes and gets the gang
Hi
back
guys,
together and
spoilers
finishes the
for
game,
Remake or Live.
and that's probably it. Like,
You
and
know-
then he probably ends up with Best Girl. If you guys remember who that was,
Yes.
I don't think Mason. Were you here for Remake Our Life?
Yes.
I don't think you were.
Yes,
Yes,
he
I
was.
was.
Was he really?
Yes, because that was the
Wild.
season that ranking one. I'm pretty sure.
No way.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was fall 2021
Time works in funny ways.
Fuck.
or 2022.
No, it was summer. It was summer
excuse me.
2021.
Summer
I
2021.
think that was your first season.
That was my first. Yeah.
Remake definitely was because I definitely wouldn't have ever put Remake
picked
at
it.
1 on top of ahead of ranking.
Yes.
As I
you're
know I
right.
put Remake at 1, it really doubled.
Summer
time.
2021.
No, it was
What a
ahead
season.
of Vanitas.
You guys
That's
ready for
what it
summer
was.
2021? We had Vanitas. We had
Oh,
Sunny
that
Boy.
was the
we had
cursed
Realist.
season.
We had Girlfriend. We have Life Lessons.
Okay, that season was great though.
Life lessons with
Well,
Uramichi
that season-
Oni-san.
That season
We had
was great.
Black Company.
That season was great on this side of the podcast. We don't talk about the other
We
side.
don't talk about the other one.
Hi
We had
guys.
Belle, the movie. If you
We're
haven't seen
gonna-
Belle, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Oh, so
Hi. Hey
so
guys, we have to transition.
Transition.
I just one last thing because I'm pulling up the picker wheel now
Perfect.
for that. But I was just
I miss
thrown back and reminded of a show I forgot existed because it remembered what the last thing that was on this picker wheel. Y'all remember Shinobi no Itoki?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was not too long ago.
yeah. It's the thing Buddy Daddy taught me this week, that random thing, I learned that the word for pinky promise was Yubikiri Genman in Japanese, which for most people doesn't mean anything, but for me that's the name of a song from Demo, and it's one of my favorites, and I always went, oh, that's
a
what
good
that
one.
means. Yubikiri Genman go crazy.
Oh, this got aspect ratioed really weird. We're really tiny now.
Oh boy.
We are big, but he's a dinosaur.
Leo, but he's a dinosaur.
Gone.
Hamburger
Can I not
helper.
get? Can I not get Ruby spoilers to appear in my recommended?
God,
You
that
gotta
was
try.
insane,
We
wasn't
gotta
it?
watch it soon. We have to try
It-
to right
it-
away.
I sure hope that that's not actually a spoiler and it was just some bullshit. Because if that's actually true, what the fuck are they doing with the story currently?
I'm excited. We'll find
Dun,
out
dun,
one
dun,
day.
dun, dun.
So guys, let's run through it. How does this work again? I always
So-
forget.
So it's whoever gets stabbed, we go stab first. Stab second. Stab
Yeah,
third.
third.
And
Last
then whoever,
person.
and then yeah.
And then
And then
reverse
we-
snake
Right,
order.
right.
We reverse snake order, and then the last time it's
Got it.
whoever it lands on goes first, then second, then third, then fourth.
Yeah,
Sure,
because
sure,
we're
sure, sure.
dumb and
We're idiots.
We're
We
so we
run
change it
a
between the
we
wheels.
run a perfect podcast.
okay,
There
but
are
this has
no
been
podcast.
consistent for like 6 seasons.
Yeah,
at this
we've at
point.
least
It's
done
only
it the
done
same
this
way.
exact way. It's still
We've
stupid.
stumbled into the same consistency because we
Okay.
got addicted to the wheel.
Okay, so
All right.
If who doesn't?
hey, if we were truly addicted to the wheel, we would all sacrifice one pick, and we would randomize 4 shows a season.
Oh my.
I still think
I
that was
would do
amazing
it.
when we did that some
used to
seasons.
do it. We had
Yeah.
5 people. That's what we did.
Well, we had to.
Yeah, we did.
Everyone got 2, and then there were 2 wheel picks.
All right.
That's how we ended up with bangers such as X-Arm.
No, unfortunately, that was picked.
No, it was on the wheel, but we had to get rid of a show, so we just said throw X-Arm in there, it'll be funny, and it was.
No, I think at that point we were doing the thing where we wheeled people to pick a third show.
Yes,
Yeah,
and Dylan
and
got
that was-
the wheel. X-Arm
But it
was
lan-
Dylan's.
I think X-Arm landed on a different show, but one of Dylan's shows was like a short form. We found
Yes,
out. and
that's
Yeah,
so
no,
what
we
it
took
I'm
it on the
pretty
show
sure
and we
that.
put
No, I'm
X-Arm
pretty
in
sure that
instead.
was Idols,
Yeah.
It
which
was.
then got booted for being short
Yes.
form.
Hey,
X-Arm
Mason,
was definitely on that wheel.
do me a favor. Spin that wheel.
Epic Oshinoko.
All right. All right. And
Who's not picking for? Hey, do you guys know what
Michael
order?
is not
Damn,
picking.
Anyone have a
picking
pref?
for-
Anyone? I don't have strong opinions this season. Besides, I maybe want to show more than I want Mason to have it.
Hi, I have my buddy's document up of shows that he has opinions on, and I don't know any of them. So,
Sean.
It's okay. Mason simply won't go first either. It'll
True.
just be John again.
God, it's gonna be me going first again. I swear to Christ, 4 seasons in a row.
Oh, no, it's me.
Finally! Holy shit!
All right. Well,
I picked first for a full.
Well, we
fucking
decide
year.
the order. We decide the full order first.
So-
For a full
Yeah.
year. I had to pick first.
Yes. No.
So I go first.
So Hell's Paradise.
I mean, he might not. He might not. He might want to pick something else. You never
Yeah, he
know.
might mix it up.
It's not me.
Sean.
That's okay. I'll just go. I'll take going fourth. I'll take a double pick. It'll make my life so much
take a double
easier.
pick.
I'll
Cool.
gladly go second. I don't care. I'll go whenever.
I like
Cool. I
Michael's
get to
going
talk
second.
about it.
That's actually probably the best case scenario for you, Michael. Picking before
John
John.
handshake.
I don't.
Oh,
Why?
see, I don't care if he takes like some of the.
I
shows
guess
that
I'll go
I like.
last then. Fine.
Now we have to have
Right,
John
it's
decide
like
Say you
two
complained about going
shows.
first.
This
The
is actually
wheel listens.
this is optimal for the podcast, guys, because I always take the longest to figure out what the fuck I want, anyways.
Yep. Okay. So
We're in spring.
Give me 1 second to swap
Let me just
back
add
over
something.
to this screen, and then we're gonna go up to this. Okay, Mason, what do you want?
well, gee, I wonder. It's Hell's Paradise.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta. I just got. It's
I
between
gotta.
that and another one, but I think I would prefer Hell's Paradise,
hmm
and I'm fine with someone else, Michael.
No,
getting
no,
the show
because
that I want.
I
don't
know-
even know what Hell's Paradise. Oh, it's that one. Oh yeah, I'm picking Heavenly Delusion.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's.
what is
Oh, you're
next?
doing Heavenly Delusion? Okay, yeah.
Yes, I'm grabbing that now.
That's
I don't wanna-
that's
Heavenly
production
Delusion.
IG, right? That's Tengoku
Yes.
Daimakyo.
Yeah, it's called.
Damn,
yeah,
okay.
it has the proper
That
English
one looks
title.
cool.
Heavenly.
That was the other one that I was debating on.
Okay.
Yeah, Heavenly Delusion. Remember, we saw the trailer for this, and we thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one
But
thing
see,
I'm
I
saying.
think there is a chance that that's gonna flop in certain ways.
I mean, it could,
I have some restrictions.
but it had a good first
I
episode.
think I'm gonna do something
Not
very.
first 2 episodes, because it could have 2 out at this point.
Now the
That was when I
question,
was looking. Looked cool.
the question is,
The answer.
I'm gonna take Mashal. I
He's
can't-
doing it.
I can't give
Yeah.
I can't give
Damn
Mason
it! I was
both
gonna
of
take
them.
it. I was gonna take it.
Well, good. That means he wouldn't have gotten both of them.
You would not
Uh,
have gotten them.
I mean, Muscle
All right.
Wizard. You gotta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for the easiest copium of my goddamn life? I wonder what John's gonna pick. John, really known for his action and fantasy shows, really known for his wild mecha takes. Really a fan of CG, but I'm gonna go really out of left field here, guys. I'm gonna take Skip and Loafer and
Cool, it means I don't
Insomniacs
need to
after
pick
school.
Someone else picking a PA Works show. Let's go.
What was the other one?
Insomniacs.
Oh, Insomniacs. Okay.
Cool. I
Okay,
just
I've
don't
heard-
need to pick either of them.
I've had
Cool.
really-
Now
I've
I'm
heard
open
really
to
good
pick
things.
other things.
I got you, Michael, right here, man.
These were my other 2 picks.
I know you're
These
gonna
two
pick
exactly.
PA Works.
Insomniacs and Skip and
I know
Love.
you're gonna pick Skip and Loafer because it's PA Works. That PA Works is your shit.
Insomniacs just looks adorable.
Per the list that my friend, I didn't even look at the list yet, but let's see. So he had we've already picked all 4 shows from his list. His number 1 was Insomniacs, followed by Jigo Kuraku,
Hell's Paradise.
Which is Hell's Paradise.
Mashal's on there, and then Skip and Loafer. Heavenly Delusion is in the probably will be decent tier.
yeah. So now I am at the odd position here, where it's a matter of where do I want to place my bets this season. On one hand, there is a show that I'm between 2 shows that Mason might pick, because I think if I don't take, oh god, and then there's those, and then there's Pokemon. It's just sitting there, just sitting
Pokemon
there.
is happening.
It's just sitting there. We can take. So I'm gonna go back to our faces first because I think this is important. I have to stress this. There was a time on this podcast where we would pick where the people who was on this podcast would pick either the worst possible material ever,
because
or
it
the
was
most
funny.
or the most based choices, and that meant that I was left to be the person to pick the things that were potentially very fucked up or weird. And I think I gotta do it again, even if it's a potential immediate first week vote off. If it's not what I'm thinking.
Damn it! So I know what you're picking then.
I'm taking My Home Hero.
Damn it!
Oh,
okay,
what is
That's what I was about to pick next.
Okay.
Now I need to fucking look at these shows because actually everything I wanted to pick has been taken.
That's where I'm at too.
I've never seen My Home Hero. Is this on the list? Is there a Romanji, like a Japanese name for it?
No, it's just My Home Hero.
It's My Home Hero.
Okay, do we have anything on the list? Where is it on the list? It is in the probably will be decent tier. It looks like.
This is a toss-up
no, it's in the sleepers
show.
tier. It's in the sleepers tier.
That's the one where I watched the trailer for it with Sean, and we both went, "Oh."
So there is another show. There are another. Thankfully, I know I have like a couple of safe stuff for my third ones that I think are fine to throw around. But there's one I'm really hoping I get to pick because I do think it is probably the me show of the season. Like in my mind, I'm the person who would probably have picked it right away if it wasn't for other things being here. Michael, what are you looking at?
I didn't read it. I didn't read the synopsis. I thought this was a fucking rom-com.
Which one?
What the fuck is Dangerous in My Heart?
It is a rom-com.
Oh,
yeah. Rom-com about him dreaming of murdering the school idol.
Yeah.
Isn't Boku no Kokoro insane? Yeah, my favorite part about the synopsis is it's like, but she's also weird as well. It's like, what the fuck do you mean by that?
How weird could she be?
You should pick the Yuri show.
I don't know what that is. I haven't looked enough through these shows to like even know half of these things. I'm just going to pick Blue Orchestra.
Damn it!
That just seems like it's going to be.
Motherfuckers! All right,
okay,
shit, now I have to actually read everything.
Orchestra.
This is the issue.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll pick Dangerous in My Heart.
Cool. Yeah.
Which one are you taking?
Dangerous in My Heart.
Oh, you know what? I'm happy about that. I wanted to see that. Go.
Is this what I think it is? Is this a card game show?
All right. So far, guys, we have Orchestra, Hell's Paradise, Insomniacs, Mashal, My Home Hero, Skip and Loafer, and Tengo Daimako, and Dangers in My Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Got 8.
See, I could also be a meme and let Sean get at least 1 week before getting voted off.
Keep in mind, Orchestra just have 24, so that's
I have like 3 shows I could pick that are definitely going off week 1.
There's my pen.
I got some shows that could go off week
Michael,
1.
I promise you, Opus Colors will not go off week 1 if you pick.
See, that wasn't the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of either Kizuna Ai the anime or Idolmaster but their children.
I thought we weren't allowing Kizuna Ai the anime. I didn't put it on the list because I thought we technically weren't allowing it.
I won't pick it. It's just it'd be funny.
So again,
it's not gonna be good.
Reminder for those who don't know, now it's whoever it lands on gets to pick.
I'm saying there is an ecchi harem show out there, guys.
There's a couple ecchi shows this season.
It's pretty hype.
All right.
Let's see. I don't know if I actually want to pick first because I'm currently torn right now.
I don't. I want the choice to be narrowed down.
Is this Yuri? Is this gay?
One of them literally has Yuri in the title.
Yuri is my job.
And let me tell you, it is.
Yep.
I saw that trailer.
Right. We ready, guys?
Yep.
That one is.
Okay.
Oh, that one does look pretty gay. Yeah, I can.
Not it. Michael gets that.
Michael.
Mason.
Mine. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was on me.
Don't worry, guys. We're just gonna go back the entire way. Oh, we're gonna do it one at. Okay. Yeah. Let's spin the wheel. Let's get the order.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do it the exact same way. So it'll be Mason, Michael, me,
I could
John.
just pick Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean it is on the table. You could. Yep. See.
I'll go last. I don't care. I'd love to go last. That way I can decide if I want to get something voted off week 1 or if I want to actually just pick 3 romance shows and laugh. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so this will probably mean that this might mean that I have to decide between two shows of mine. We will see about that. Let's go back.
Wait, you're
to
go.
this.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Mag Spread Season 2.
So now I have to figure out what I want to pick.
There's a lot of good. There's nothing that stands out to
Right,
this season, but there's shows I'm
fuck!
like, yeah, I want to watch this.
I forgot about that show. If it's left at the end, I might take it. Despite my better judgments.
Okay. I'm between two.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell us what they are because you're the one who's
I'm between
picked.
Sacrificial Princess and Opus Dot Colors.
So I will give the little heads up about it.
That does look adorable.
Sacrificial Princess does start airing April 20th.
Okay.
I wasn't sure how exactly we wanted to approach it because on one hand, I also think it might actually be really good. On the other hand, that is a late start. Like, that's a much later start than some of our stuff.
That's a show we'd have to just leave behind.
We'd have to do 2 episodes. We'd have to give it at least 2 to be fair.
Oy.
But we definitely couldn't wait for 3 for it.
It's a shoujo. That means the guys are hot.
But Mason, Opus.colors. I know we don't like to look at ratings. Wow, they're in.
Live Chart doesn't have any for it, so as far as I care.
I think
44%.
On Mal, I think it's the lowest thing of this.
Okay.
So far.
It might be it is the lowest rated show on our on any list too.
That would be kind of funny though.
Mason, I will say there was something you and I were looking at.
Because it's Idolmaster. The only people watching it are people who've already watched 15 other seasons of Idolmaster.
Do you want me to remind you of something, Mason, to see if you're potentially interested in it? Yes. Marginal Service.
That's the one about the... I don't remember that one, to be honest.
Firefighter Sentai show?
That's the Sentai one.
With
yes,
big question marks after. I want to make sure you're comfortable. No, there's nothing.
Yeah, because it's the one where they're janitors, but they're also a Sentai team. Yes, I'll pick that.
Yeah, they're the Marginal Servants. There's something, that's for sure.
Wow, this is certainly profile pictures for these characters. They all have black tank top and hard hat on. And
look. Since all of you fuckers picked all of the shows I wanted to pick.
Hey, Michael. What are you looking at?
Again, I could be really funny and pick Idolmaster Cinderella Girls U-149 just so we could get it voted off week 1.
I didn't even know that was on the list.
I didn't put it on the list, because why would I? It's an Idolmaster. I just assumed that we just shouldn't touch it. Sure, but I just assumed that it's going to have, like, Idolmaster universe lore.
But are you sure you don't want to look into Kuma 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 Bear Punch?
You mean the sequel to the hit show Kuma 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 Bear?
Oh, it's a sequel. Oh, my apologies.
Yes, it is.
My apologies. Kuma 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 Bear, the greatest TV
How
show
didn't
ever
you
made.
know
That's
that?
why I'm picking
my apologies.
Which one?
My Clueless First Friend, or Jijo Washita Nai
That one looks good.
Gui Kuru. 5th graders.
That one looks like that one's also in the sleeper tier, and it's bolded.
That one looks adorable.
Okay, John, you're up.
It's a lot of good options. You know, I could just take the safe bet, which is 999.
That one I was actually looking at as
Yamada could. I'm like, we don't have an anime adaptation of 999.
That'd be cool.
God, how much I would love that.
Yamada could an option here.
The whole series.
Cheat skill sounds like a guilty pleasure as fuck. Isekai.
I would like to point out the voice actor for Yamada in Yamada-kun is Ray.
Whoa.
I can't, not to influence my fellow co-hosts too much, I can't believe you're not looking at Otanari Ginga.
Otanari Niginga? English.
A Galaxy Next Door.
I
Oh,
actually
that
did just
one.
click on that one. And I was like, we'll see.
Okay, but like, I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot here. I still think there are actually a handful of things that, even despite some of the tags on some of these, I think maybe are worth checking out.
Yeah, some of them
Maid
feel like
Cafe
they're
one looks
solid
pretty
pick.
good.
Edomaya Elf seems like it'd be kind of cute.
All the ecchis, just throw them all on that board.
Literally all the
Otaku
ecchis.
Elf's not an ecchi, but
Watashi no Yuri wa Oshigoto desu.
Death Mount Death Play sounds funny.
See, I looked at Dead Mount Death Play and I was like, is this a fucking card game show?
no, it's
No,
not.
I think it's a death game.
It's a
But
fantasy
boy, does it
show.
look like a card game.
Galaxy Next Door
I
looks
will.
good.
I will
but
say, Dead Mount
Yamada
Death
Kun
Play
is
is one of the ones
safer.
on my option list because I think that was the this is the me show of the season I was talking about.
This
But,
studio is not done the very good.
I know, Michael. I know.
They worked on Plunderer.
Mm-hmm.
And that one show I kind of wanted to pick
But
last
what about
season.
Mahou Shoujo Magical Destroyers?
That's good one's going.
Okay, but also Konosuba explosion in this wonderful
But what if
world,
we
which we're not
watched
picking.
But what if we watched Alice Gear Aegis Expansion?
Okay,
But
I was
Another World
scared
on My
expansion
Smartphone
because
Part
the public
2.
was hard.
So
Or
is
Nights with the
Pokemon.
Cat Season 2.
We can have to watch an hour-long premiere for Pokemon.
Opus Color is still up there. That's true.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon does sound a fun time.
Kawaii Sugi Crisis, too cute Crisis.
But I'm gonna leave Sean up to his decision,
Oh,
and I'm gonna go between one of my two here. It's either 999 or it's gonna be Cheat Skill.
Okay.
See, let's look at the list. See what we got here so far. We got some testosterone.
By the way, Oshinoko
we
is
got
in
a
green,
lot
but
of
we
slice
are
of
we are
life.
wrong. I'm gonna actually mark it as completed. That way, it doesn't mess with the color scheme.
Yeah, we'll put it this way. Oshinoko is voided because we've all read it, so it's not good conversation. Otherwise, that would have been first picked by me.
Maybe not.
I would have.
I mean,
for that show.
I mean, true.
Gentlemen's agreement.
We gentlemanly agreed that like 2 years ago.
You didn't take Tomo. I let you. You let me have.
I didn't take Tomo or Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
You
no one
almost
did
did.
Chainsaw Man.
Or Spy Fam. But I didn't take Spy Family.
True.
Yeah, and I am very happy that you didn't.
I opted to pass for Chainsaw Man because everyone else was so much more into it, and I was like, probably wrong choice.
See, what I'm saying, I don't know if this really matters, but he should also keep Anime King just because he's the one who introduces all to ONK, and absolutely was stomping this season.
We'll have to see.
No, that would mean he would get it next season.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the season pans out based off of like the rest of the shows. Because like I know it's gonna get mixed reviews with adaptation, but man, do I think it's gonna be the best show this season. Having watched it,
it's very pretty. Hey, what are you picking, John?
I can't go away from Madhouse. Let's just take Love Story with Yamada-kun at 99. One of these romances has got to hit for me.
I think that's probably the best one to go with.
It's the safest bet. I'm hedging my bets here for sure. This is copium.
Okay.
Like I went comedy romance, romance slice of life, and then comedy drama romance is my 3 shows.
So now here we are. Last choice. I'm gonna throw up what's on the table for me. One.
Vsauce here.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch to English so that I can actually read titles properly. So one, Kamakatsu, working for a god in a godless world. I know it's an ecchi. And I know that part is going to be incredibly difficult for most of us to go through. But I think it has a lot of potential. Dead Mount Death Play, I think is entirely my shit.
Mount Death Play seems fucking ridiculous. You don't call it your Dead Mount Death Play and not be the most dumb shit to ever be made, but also be amazing.
There is the greatest meme pick on the planet, which is Run for Money, The Great Mission.
I was looking at that one.
Does sound like
but I don't know if we'll actually be able to find it anywhere because it should be aired and it still doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
The main character of Dead Mount Death Play's name is Corpse God. I don't know if
I know. But so here's the actual real argument. Dead Mount Death Play is like really close to being picked. Why Raylania ended up at the Duke's Mansion is my other contemplation right now. Where I think that is actually going to be
Yuri is my job,
incredible. So between those two shows, I do unfortunately think I would be betraying myself if I did not pick Dead Mount Death Play.
Yes.
What is his name? Like fucking Edgy Killman?
Corpse God.
Same shit. Where is it? I know it's on here.
Dead Mount. It's Dead Mount Death Play the whole way through.
And I know it's on Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah. So let's run through that. Blue Orchestra's nowhere. I'll double. Is that right? I'll double check that.
I can
quick.
check High Dive. I have a High Dive.
No, it would tell me if it was on High Dive. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, it says it does not have an official place to watch yet. Don't worry, guys. We'll legally find a way to do that. Smile.
We'll figure it out.
High Dive for Dangers in My Heart. Crunchyroll for Dead Mount Death Play. Crunchyroll for Hell's Paradise. Crunchyroll for Mike Lou's First Friend. High Dive for Insomniacs. Yep. Crunchyroll for Mashal. Crunchyroll for My Home Hero. Hi, I'm a Crunchyroll king this season. Crunchyroll for Skip to Lobe for Hulu. Forgot about that. Tengoku Daimakyo.
Daimakyo.
Thank you. And then Crunchyroll for The Marginal Service, and Crunchyroll for Yamada-kun.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the shows on Crunchyroll.
Yep.
Skip and Loafer on it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what are the ones that are not on Crunchyroll? Just to make sure.
Dangers
in My Heart.
Dangers in My Heart.
Dayakumo?
Tengoku, yep.
Tengoku Daimakyo.
Insomniacs.
And Blue Orchestra.
And Orchestra.
Yep.
I'm just making sure. So
we have 8 on Crunchyroll, 2 on High Dive, 1 on Hulu, 1 we don't know where the fuck it is.
Hey, maybe it'll pop up. When does it air?
Blue Orchestra. April 9th.
So we might. Oh wow, we should fucking. We'll find it. It'll be fine, guys. We'll let you know where it is. Smile. But yeah. This is gonna be an interesting batch of shows. Yeah. Honestly, I would argue very base selection.
It's like a pretty straightforward draft. Like we all kind of had things we were like, yeah.
Straightforward in that all of us wanted to pick the same 5 shows.
Yes.
What were the we all wanted?
I knew I was sandbagging like 3 shows when I was picking Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, first pick was Hell's Paradise. Then it was Michael's Delusions.
Heavenly Delusion.
Heavenly Delusion. Then it was Mashal. Then it was. What did you pick first, John? Skip to Lover?
We'll say Skip and Love, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a Michael pick because it's PA work, so
Yeah.
He was going to be contractually obligated to pick that at the end of the 3rd round if no one else had.
Bullmeyer, yeah.
And then
right, Michael,
John
that's how that works?
Mashal was what, 3rd?
Mashal was 3rd.
Yep, and then John picked. Yeah, so again, though, the order Mason will kick off. We will talk in the order next season of Mason, Michael, me, John, and then back to Mason. So it'll be.
I get to talk first. That's weird.
Yep. John gets to talk last. For how long? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows how long you get to talk first, Mason? I have an idea of how long you get to talk first, but we never know. We get surprised sometimes.
Yeah, true.
It might not be up. It might not be up to snuff.
Sometimes we get Bochied.
Sometimes we get Bochied. Sometimes we get fire hunted.
Sometimes you are Bochi.
Get back arrowed.
Sometimes you are Bochi the Rock. Sometimes you are Joron.
Yeah.
It looks so good until it doesn't. Okay, we got one of the shows down here.
Is it like that?
All right, we got 2 of the shows down here. Somnia Dis. And Orchestra is on this totally legal site that I'm on right now.
Well, I would hope so.
And there is an episode out.
I would hope so.
So here we go, guys. This will be our color scheme for next season. The names will also be blue. Blue and purple coming up. With that, though, thanks for joining us. We will see you guys sometime. We might do something in between the time down. Particularly, maybe there'll be something Ruby related. Because we never did do that. And it might be a nice little refresher before we jump back into Volume 8. To just kind of talk about the shit that's happened and pull our collective knowledge about what could be going on and where you go from the end of Volume 7. And then we'll watch 8 and 9 and go, and we'll actually get to answer the question of, is Ruby actually good still?
How good is?
God, I hope so.
I like it by the end of Volume 7. That's what I'll say.
I do too.
I'm still a fan. But we'll have to see.